President and Mrs. Obama drew crowds and applause wherever they appeared. In much of Europe, they were treated like rock stars. For many, Mr. Obama was a symbol of hope. Nina and Simon are students at King's College in London.
I think he put it on the pedestal that, people from anywhere could actually achieve a dream.
His whole demeanour is actually quite impressive as well, and that does have an effect.
Mr. Obama's promise of reaching out to the world resonated with a wider public and won him the Nobel Peace Prize less than a year into his first term in office. Europeans liked the change in tone, but wanted specifics, says Tomasz Walaszek, Director of Foreign Policy and Defence at the Centre for European Reform in London.
We have a real stake in who runs the United States. And Obama, because he's so popular worldwide, because he wants to try to bring in other actors, China's, Russia's of this world, into the running of the global system.
After nearly a year in power, the war in Iraq is winding down, but violence is still common, and the country is far from stable. The U.S. is about to send more troops to Afghanistan and is asking NATO partners to do the same. Iran and North Korea show no sign of giving up their nuclear ambitions.
We come here in Copenhagen because...
And at the climate change conference in Copenhagen, efforts to forge a broad alliance against global warming fell short.
He's opened an awful lot of issues, an awful lot of problems, an awful lot of challenges, and he doesn't seem to be able to bring any of them to a close.
Assalamu alaikum.
In the Middle East, there are similar sentiments. President Obama's June speech at Cairo University, reaching out to the Muslim world, was welcomed and sparked hopes of a new peaceful era.
That we do unto others as we would have them do unto us.
Professor Hassan Nafai of Cairo University says people were hoping for a change in U.S. policy.
I was one of those who attended his wonderful speech. But I am afraid to say that now the people started to lose a little bit the hope that he will be able to change things, especially vis-à-vis the Arab-Israeli conflict.
The crux was always the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Mr. Obama started out by asking Israel to halt all West Bank Jewish settlement in order to bring Israelis and Palestinians back to negotiations. But when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu refused, the president backed down, accepting less than a total freeze. For Radi and Jumana Jarai in the West Bank city of Ramallah, the Israeli occupation affects their lives every day. He's a political science professor at Al-Quds University. She is a dentist.
At the beginning, a year ago, we were hopeful. Now, actually, we blame the United States by supporting Israel without any limits, without any conditions. We would like to see a real fair stand from the United States to achieve peace, to achieve equality here in the region.
I admired him as a man, so I'm disappointed now, but I can say only one thing. It's all the American policy that will never change.
Tomasz Walaszek says expectations were too high.
In some ways, this was a mission impossible. We expected so much of him. Even if he walked on water, he still wouldn't be able to deliver.
While President Obama's emphasis on diplomacy is appreciated, many want results. In the coming year, all eyes will remain on the president as people around the world continue to hope for change. Sonja Pace, VOA News, London.